and gentlemen, who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it? You're opening that up, too.
Our tax dollars are paying for it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this could not, we've had a lot of help. And I want to recognize a few individuals here who have been behind this from day one. And that's Jerry Amodio from the New Britain Downtown District. Where's Jerry? Give a big hand for Jerry. Lori Brown. Where's Lori? Oz Grebo. Oz, don't forget over there. Richard Hayes from Hayes and Kaufman Developers. Dave Martis is here. Where's David? David, thank you. Lyle Ray, where's Lyle? There he is. Hey. Mary Coolidge, where's Mary? There's Mary. And of course, unfortunately, Jack Miller could not be with us today, but I want to thank Jack because this is going to help obviously Central on a great deal, and thank you for letting us use the facility here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some other guests here that would like to say a few words. Is Senator Steve Cassano here? Not yet. How about our good Senator Terry Geritano, right over here, Terry. From New Britain.
I'll lift this up a little bit. Of course, this is so important to the economy of our region and the economy of our state. You know, the unemployment rate in construction in particular is way up in the double digits, up 30% and more. This is a way to reinvigorate our economy. My vision since I've taken seat as a senator, been elected as a senator, has been to bring back, to reinvigorate our economy here in the state and to bring back jobs to our state. That's my #1 mission, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Senator Cassano has just arrived. Senator, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, it's great to see such a turnout because this project is so important to the working future of the state of Connecticut. I want to talk about years ago. I was the mayor of Manchester, and I was the chair of CROG at that time. As the chairman of CROG, we passed the busway. We passed the busway because it was a third of the cost of a train, number one. Number two, we went and we explored other areas in the country to look and see what was being done. And on that trip, Rick Porth was the chair of the executive director at the time. We went to Ottawa, Canada, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, both had busways, and St. Louis to compare the rail versus the busway. This makes sense. It puts people to work. It was supposed to open in 2006. It's about time we move forward with step one of the regional transportation plan. Let's put people to work. Let's get people back and forth to New Britain and Hartford. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Very much, and thank you all very much for being here. This is a very important project for the future of our state and the future of our region. I can tell you as a New Britain elected leader, it's very important for the city of New Britain. There is already business investment that is being done in our downtown just on the anticipation that the busway will go forward. This is an important part of the transit-oriented development future of our city. It's important for creating long-term employment, long-term jobs, revitalizing New Britain, and bringing New Britain back into the regional economy. It's also very important to grow our state. One of the big things as a state elected official, as a state representative, that we have talked about over the years that has been holding our state back is the fact that we have such a poor transportation system, that our state has not done the investment in our infrastructure that needs to take place. And that's another reason why this project is so important. This is a project that is vitally important to do right now. It's vitally important. In times when the economy is bad, that is exactly the time when you need to be investing in building infrastructure. At times when, right now, the real unemployment rate in construction is 40%, this is the time to put people back to work. It's the time to invest in working people. And if you're against this project right now, if you're against this project right now, you're against investing in the future of our state's economy, against investing in the future of New Britain's economy, and against putting 4,000 people back to work. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tim. And next we have the Mayor of Hartford, Pedro Segura.
I think you folks can build more than one busway. I think you guys can build a brand new state. You know, it is about jobs, but it's also about us connecting communities. It's about people from New Haven, from New Britain being able to go and see a show at Hartford Stage, or people from Hartford coming and seeing the museum here in New Britain. It's about someone like myself who was a student here back in '78 and had to drop out almost at the end of the semester because I couldn't get from Hartford to New Britain. I took classes right in this building and in that building. One semester I lost it, one semester. Now, someone might ask who's going to pay. Imagine in my case I was able to finish college in Hartford, but had I dropped out, imagine all the thousands of dollars that I would not have paid to the state of Connecticut in income taxes and state taxes. So, you know, this has been bought and paid for a long time ago. It's been bought and paid for, and the only thing that can keep this from happening and other things from happening in our community and our state is pessimism. The only thing that pessimism leads to is to failure. We're not going to have a failure. This needs to get done, and it needs to get done quickly. Thank you.
The next person I'd like to introduce is one of us. It's somebody that came through the ranks of the trades, ran the state of Connecticut for the Carpenters Union, and now our Commissioner of Labor, our good friend, our ally, Glenn Marshall.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Many of you I remember from my days running the Carpenters Union. This is about investing in the infrastructure in Connecticut, and it's about jobs creation. I've said many times this has been the Great Recession, but for the construction industry it's been another depression. As you heard the statistics over and over, it's been upwards of 30% for way too many years. Recently I heard an economist saying that it may be 2015 before we get back to the levels in construction where we were before the downturn. It's projects like this that will help to put all of you to work. And it will not only invest in the future of Connecticut, it will help to ease the transportation on I-84 and create more taxable businesses paying into Connecticut along the way, and also putting you to work. So I'm behind this 100%, and let's get it done now.
It's a privilege again to announce the hardest working person in the labor movement. Without a doubt, she is everywhere. She is our voice. She is a friend to all. Lori Pelletier.
Good evening, sisters and brothers. And, you know, as much as this is about the building trades, and it is, it's about putting building and construction trade workers back to work. But when building and construction workers go back to work, they may buy an airline ticket, which puts airline workers back to work. And those airline workers, you know what, they may go out and buy some tires or a new car, and so then you have automotive workers back to work. And it just becomes full circle. So this is a model. You know, at the federal level, things have been stalled when they're talking about jobs. They need to take the New Britain project here and talk about it at the federal level, because this is what we need. We need this replicated in every city and every state. And I just, you know, it's going to be exciting when we move forwards, and we need, the entire labor movement is behind this project, and we thank you for your solidarity on this. Thank you very much.
And that's our good friend Oz Griebel. Oz, can you just say a few words for our friends on here?
Let me just say to everyone who is here, particularly to those in the trades, we appreciate the turnout. This has been a labor of love over about 15 years. Steve Cassano has provided extraordinary leadership, as has Tony. I want to echo Jeff's comments about the governor. He, as you all know, held an extensive evaluation of this and has put his political weight behind it. So we are moving in the right direction. The last thing I just want to say to those of you in the trades, this is not only an important project for the next several years, the transit-oriented development is going to lead to other jobs down the road here. So this is critical not just for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, it's critical for the next 10 to 15. So thanks for the turnout, and thanks for the support of this incredibly important project.